What is going on, guys? God bless you. Carlos here with Serrano's Mobile Detail in Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. Today we are in Garland, Texas. We're going to be working on this Lexus here. We're doing a paint correction on it, and we are also going to be fixing some light scratches. One major scratch that it has, the customer just wants to blend it in. I believe it's a recent purchase on this car, so that's what we're going to be doing. Is we are going to be giving this car a good look on it, right? We're going to do a one-step paint correction, so I'm just trying to eliminate, I'd say, about 65% of defects removal, right? A lot of the swirls, it has a lot of brush marks from, you know, car washes and stuff, so they just want it to look good. We are working outside today. The temperature today is going to be like around 76, so we're going to be working outside, right? So it's going to be a fun project. I'm already all set up. First thing first is we're going to rinse it. Then we're going to follow it up with iron decon. We're going to clay it, and then we're going to start the paint correction. So this one is going to be more of maybe you get to see me work, and we're going to be talking about different things, to be honest. It should be a fun video, I would hope so. Let's get started. For the choice of iron decontamination, we are going with the Adams iron removal, which really has been my most favorite one, because it gets the job done right. But it's just really my most favorite one because it's orange. Obviously it does smell, it smells right. So that's what we're using for the iron decon phase, and usually for this one I'm gonna do about maybe 2 times around, just because I feel like there's a lot of build up in it. So I'm gonna give it 2 shots of iron decon to really remove. I don't see a lot of purpling, to be honest. Maybe it was prepped when it was bought, I don't know, but I want to make sure that this thing gets the best possible outcome. So I'm gonna do 2 shots of iron decon on it. Usually they say 1, but I'm gonna do 2. The strip wash of for the soap of choice today, we are going with the MJJC foam cannon, and we are pairing it with the Drive Auto Appearance Bucket Naked, which is probably my most favorite one. I think I put like 3 ounces of this product into the foam cannon, and that is actually on it's not even on like the most foamy one. So I'm just letting the product just dwell, start bringing all the grime down, and then we'll do a rinse, and then we'll foam it again. We'll do our contact wash, and we'll do our claying stage at that point as well. All right, so now we are pretty much to the claying side. If you guys know me, I like to foam the car and pretty much wash mitt, clay, and I do that around the whole car. So I try to do 2 things at once, and that's what we're doing right now. So let's go ahead and get this party started. There we go. All right, what we're seeing right now is the second rinse, which is, this is gonna be my claying, getting it ready for the claying stage. So we're gonna go ahead and grab our clay bar, and we're gonna grab our clay mitt as well. This is probably one of the things I hate the most, is when I'm working on vehicles that are lifted. For me, this is lifted. I'm a short guy, so I dislike that. So we're gonna go with our wash mitt, and we are pretty much scrubbing the car, and we're coming with the this is Meguiar's clay. This is their aggressive, because there is some contaminants on this hood. It is rough. It is rough. So that's why I decided to go with the aggressive clay, so that I can just get everything off of this hood. This hood it has a lot of, I don't know, probably overspray, but could be overspray. But small disclaimer, I am in Texas, and if you know me, I always carry, so don't go snitching. So here is kind of the clay. Let's see. It definitely has some stuff. There you go, maybe there. It's definitely dirty. All right, so we have gone ahead and clayed the car. We've done everything to the car. Now it's really the, I guess, the fun stuff, right? But for that, we are going to, before I want to start on the paint correction, I want to make sure that I have, this scratch here was one of the concerns. And all I'm trying to do at this point is maybe try to blend this scratch a little bit better. We got to make sure we get reading. So we are at, hopefully you guys can see it, but that says 4.29. We're at 4.29 mils. So we're good. We're at 3 points. So we're in good standards to where we can sand this paint and we'll be good. So always make sure, see, we're kind of in the 4s. So we're good. We are good all over this paint, to be honest. So we got 4.7, 4.40. So in theory, we're good to do a good solid, like, let's just say like a good solid 2-step. But obviously we're gonna be doing a 1-step on this paint. It's a friend of mine's, so theoretically I'm probably gonna do more than what they asked for, right? So I want to make sure this thing looks good. It has a lot of really scratches. So what we're going to be starting with is we're going to be using the we're going to go with the Rupes LH whatever this is. We're going to go with the Rupes, and then we are pairing it with the Rupes X-Cut sanding disc, right? So we're going to start it at 1500. We're going to start at 1500 and just hit that scratch nicely. Then we're going to come back with 2000, and then I'm going to blend it in with 3000, and that should at least blend this scratch. So when I come in with the polishing stage, it'll be pretty close to like good condition, I would say. So I'm crossing my fingers everything goes well. If you do not know how to wet sand, please do not try this until you've worked with enough vehicles, sanding and all of that, because this can be costly if you don't know what you're doing. All right, so for this phase, obviously we're gonna be using, I have DIY rinseless solution in here as a rinseless. And all I'm gonna do is, we're gonna start with 1500. And then, usually I like to sand like at a speed 3, but that's up to you. And sometimes when you start this, it looks horrible, right? But don't panic. Don't panic. You will do just fine. And then I always just try to clean my pad a little bit. I'll give it one more pass. So that's 1500. Now we're gonna switch over to our 2000. And all you're doing with the 2000 is you're starting to pretty much blend in this the sanding area. And also I would probably say tape your area, but regardless, you should do well. All right, and we've gone ahead and sanded this whole panel. We're gonna finish that little scratch over there, and then we're gonna start the paint correction. Alrighty guys, so quick recap so far. I'm taking a break, to be honest. The temperature has kind of gotten a little bit hotter. But quick recap, we've already gone ahead and done the driver's side. I'm now to kind of this back panel here. But hopefully you can kind of see a little bit of like before and after. I'm happy to say that scratch, that major scratch that was on there looks a whole lot better, right? The product of choice today, obviously we are using Coach Chemi F6. Then I'm pretty much like buffing it off or wiping it off. And then I'm coming back with DIY ceramic gloss to add that protection on there. But overall, it's definitely turning out really, really well. And to be honest, when it comes to working outside, I know a lot of people tend to have mixed opinions on it. As a mobile detailer, guys, you have to find what works best for you, right? I know a lot of people may be watching this video and they're like, wow, what an idiot, he's working outside and you're not supposed to do that. You know, everybody has a opinion, right? For me and my business, I'm gonna be very honest. I strictly work outside. If I'm able to work outside, I will be working outside, right? Obviously, in this scenario, we don't have a garage that I can work in, so I have to work with what I'm given, right? Obviously, I love using Coach Chemi. It does really well out in the sun. I've never had an issue with it. Very minimal dusting, to be honest. But I know some people say it has a lot of dusting. But to me, it really hasn't given me any major issues, right? So I know a lot of people say, hey man, you're not supposed to do that. Guys, it's your business. Find what works best for you. Find the products that work best for you and your environment, right? And for me, this is really the best combination I can have. It's working outside. You know, yeah, we're getting sunburned, but hey, it's part of business. It's part of being mobile, right? But we're making good progress on this, so let's continue polishing this truck. Everything was going great until this gentleman pulled out the lawnmower. So we need to pray that this lawnmower doesn't turn back on. Jesus, keep that lawnmower off so that he doesn't mow his lawn until tomorrow. In the name of Jesus, I pray, Lord, may that lawnmower not turn on. Alrighty guys, this project is finally done. Overall, I think it took me about like 7 hours. I could be wrong, but it definitely took me a little bit. But overall, you're gonna see a couple clips of the after, right? How did this vehicle turn out? I think, in my opinion, we exceeded the expectations of the customer when it comes to this vehicle, right? I believe they recently purchased that as well. So it definitely needed just a good refresh, right? And that's exactly what we did today. So on the paint, again, we use Bucket Naked strip wash soap. That was to remove any sealants, any waxes it could have prior to doing the correction, right? For the clay, we obviously use the Meguiar's aggressive clay. It had some very heavy contamination on the vehicle. And then obviously for the correction phase itself, we use the Max Shine M15, well, the Max Shine Reaper. We paired it with the Rupes Yellow Foam and Coach Chemi F6. All of it was done outside, as you guys saw, right? And then for my sealant, obviously we use the DIY ceramic gloss, which you guys know you can get 10% off by using Carlos Serrano. I'll be posting a link to these products as well, so you can also obtain just a small discount. And then obviously for the sanding itself, which was on the driver's side, you guys saw me sand this area. We did 1500, 2000, and then 3000 grit, followed by obviously the polishing phase. And as you guys saw, this thing looks amazing. We removed majority of these scratches, and then what I did is just kind of went around the vehicle and touched up some areas that I saw that maybe needed a little bit of sanding, right? But obviously the customer mostly paid to get this door here pretty much sanded off and really blend that scratch, and I believe I nailed it, right? So again, a huge shout out to the customer, also a friend from childhood, for giving me the opportunity to service their vehicle, right? The total cost on this vehicle today, we finished at $750. That was the correction and the sanding itself in those areas, right? So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, a little bit of the process. Again, God bless you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.